Hey guys, coming at you today with another Christmas cookie video. I'm still baking my Christmas cookie. And I'm shooting in my new bakery, so give me some grace here because this is the first time and the only one for a while because I have a bunch of videos already shot. But this one was supposed to be shot at my other bakery. If you saw my life update from this week, I'll link it up there if you haven't. That all got messed up. So I'm going to do it here. It's only half set up, so I'm not going to do a little tour. That might be the next video. And I also haven't made these cookies in 2 weeks because I was supposed to make the video right after I figured these recipes out. And I didn't take good notes. So I'm going to share the recipe with you. There might be some caveats that I have to throw in here or there because I don't know how many. I'm not sure of the temp. So we're going to do our best here. Today we're doing keto soft baked ginger cookies and keto ginger snaps. So let's get started. I also have never used this oven to bake cookies in. I've only baked a turkey and a batch of my bread, but I have it set at 350 and I have the convection off. So this is just a gas regular oven at this point. These are my notes that are a mess. We're gonna start with the soft baked because I believe they have to freeze for 15 minutes at least. And it actually might be 325. We're gonna bake the snap ones first, which I think I ended up doing 350. It's my scribble. This was like the last final recipe, but I didn't write any times or temps on it. Go me. Okay, let's get started on this. I have the recipe in here for the soft bakes. I did have those in my case, so I had to figure out the macros on them. So we're gonna go by this. So first things first, I have softened butter, 8 ounces, which is 2 sticks. I also, be sorry if the sound isn't good, the lighting isn't good. Literally, I just got this place kind of organized yesterday, enough to do this video. So, doing 2 sticks of butter in here. Sweeteners, we need to talk. Sweeteners. Because I purposely used Swerve in this. Because there are different ingredients that make it more like a packable brown sugar. So 240 grams, which should be a cup and a quarter. This is like packable brown sugar, okay? Which means this has moisture in it. This stuff here that is just granular, almost like a sugar in the raw, there is less moisture in here. So baking is a science. If you add more moisture, you gotta add more dry ingredients. So if you go to switch these out, they may turn out, but they may not be the right texture I'm going for here. All right, and the furnace is down here. I turned it down, but sounds like it's kicking on anyways. We're gonna beat this until it's super light and fluffy. So most of these recipes called for molasses. So I made sure to like kind of up it for the molasses in the cookies, or to add more moisture or minus more moisture. So just like my Chewy snickerdoodle and my Chewy chocolate chip cookie, I basically took the same kind of ingredients in those and put it in here. I just had to figure out, the hard part was figuring out sugar situation, or sweetener. I'll have all the ingredients up on the screen for you as I weigh them, sift them, and whisk them while my butter and sweetener are getting whipped up. You can see it's a lot lighter now. It's a lot stickier than if I were to use golden Monkford erythritol blend. You should have room temperature eggs. Mine is not quite room temperature. Try to get all the way down to the bottom. All incorporated. Now I'm just following spice measurements that I got from a recipe online. If you have a specific soft baked ginger cookie that you've used for years, you can adapt this a little bit, you know, and add extra spices, extracts, whatever you want. Add the dry ingredients all at once. We're gonna have to get some more lighting in this place. I used the smallest of my colored set. I scoop them all, then roll them all. And then they're gonna go in the freezer. And we'll make our ginger snaps while we're waiting on those to freeze. So basically we're rolling these and freezing them just like the snickerdoodles. They're going to act the exact same way pretty much. The Swerve brown sugar. There's several of those kinds of sweeteners out there. I feel like the golden Mungford erythritol is like the only one of its kind that's not like the Swerve. You got the Sucrin Gold, which is an erythritol blend, and it has some other stuff in it. And then there's So Nutritious, I think it's called, that I've been getting. That one doesn't say gluten-free on it though, but I couldn't use it in the bakery. You don't have to get Swerve, because Swerve is the most expensive. We got 26 here. I think I figured 25 in my recipe. Pretty close. I'm gonna pop these into the freezer and get on to making the ginger snaps. Okay, so for this one, like, I can't remember if I used the Swerve or my golden Mungford erythritol. So we're gonna use the Swerve, and if it doesn't turn out, there will be a lesson learned that you can't swap out the wet stuff for the dry stuff. If it does work out, then that's what I used. So 96 grams, a half cup. Whoa, big clump went in. 96 and 96, half cup of each, brown and white. So I'm using the classic Mungford erythritol blend for the white. You can use Swerve too, or any other 1-for-1 alternative sweetener. You're gonna cream that, same fashion, till it's light and fluffy. We're gonna add 1 egg, same here. And then I'm gonna get the dry ingredients weighed out. I'll have all of them up on the screen for you. The only addition I made to this, pretty much, besides my other cookies, is egg white protein. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that's what gives a crispy cookie. Everything else is pretty much the same stuff I always use. Bunch of butter stuck. There was only 1 stick of butter. Make sure your butter's nice and soft too, because this will take longer the harder your butter is. Now this makes a lot less cookies than the other recipe. You can easily double this. I was told by someone that tried to sub out egg white protein for unflavored whey. They said it did not work, at least in my cookie recipe. So now you know that. I did hear someone else said beef protein isolate worked. So those are choices you have. I have not experimented yet. I don't think you can just keep out the egg white protein. You can try, but I'm not sure you'll get the same result. Okay, I feel like I remember this. This is how it was, really crumbly. That's a lot of times when I have my crispy cookie recipes or crispy crust recipes, they're usually pretty dry. It's kind of a pain in the butt to work with. You know, my Oreo or my shortbread crust. But these get put right into the oven once we get them into balls and squished down. In this recipe, I just looked up a ginger snap recipe that was highly rated and kind of went off that. And then I used my husband as a guinea pig because I've never really had crispy ginger snap cookies. It was never my thing. I like the chewy cookies. He likes them dipped in milk, so I brought some home and he said they were exactly like a regular ginger snap cookie. I'm taking his word for it. I tasted it and it tastes like a ginger cookie, but it's not something I prefer. Make sure it's all nice and combined in there. Now, the recipe that I looked up called for it being rolled in granular sugar. I don't think it's necessary, especially if you don't want that cooling effect. But if that's the recipe you have used in the past when you were like younger or whatever, then maybe do that. I don't really think it added much to like the texture or anything of the cookie. I couldn't even tell which ones were rolled in sugar and which ones weren't, so I don't really think it's necessary. The only thing that is necessary with this one is squishing it down quite a bit to get it to flatten out and be crispy. The recipe I looked up said if you want a softer cookie, you can just underbake this a little bit. I didn't try that because I think my soft bake is delicious and I was going for crispy. They do spread quite a bit, so definitely keep them pretty far apart. Take notes on how many this makes because I did a bunch of testing and don't remember how many I ended up with. I squished it like all the way like that, like pretty flat. How long I baked it for, couldn't tell you. So I'm gonna have to tell you after I bake them. And my oven is still preheated to 350. I'm gonna throw these in. I'm gonna start with 6 minutes and give them a turn and then see where we're at. And while those are going, I'm going to scoop all the rest. Forgot I can do 2 trays at once now. I'm about to switch the other one, turn it. I can do that. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna give them another 5. Okay, I pulled them out after 5, so that was 11 minutes total. You just want them golden brown around the edges. They gotta cool completely before you move them, otherwise they're gonna be soft. They're soft until they're cool. After this batch comes out of the oven, I'm gonna turn the oven down to 325, and I'm gonna bake some of our soft bake ginger cookies, and then we get to try them. Okay, I don't think these are gonna be crispy when they cool. So I think you have to use the non-brown sugar-like sweetener. I will do another batch today just to make sure, but pretty sure that's probably the only difference that I did. Turning the oven down, 325. I want to open it up a little bit. Chill it out. Well, not chill it out, I guess. Cool it down. We'll get our bowls out of the freezer. These ones spread quite a bit also, so I can do 2 at a time. Make sure they don't roll. Okay, these guys, 5 and 5. See how that goes. I'm gonna keep these guys in the freezer. These you can bake right from the freezer. You'll probably need to bake them a little bit longer, the more frozen they are. Same as the snickerdoodle. Okay, that was 5 minutes. Switch and turn. Another 5. Might need a little bit longer. It's getting harder to do, more pregnant I am. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna pull these out because they are brown around the edges. You don't want to overbake them because they're chewy and soft. And I'm gonna put another pan right in. I am in the process of letting butter soften to make another batch of crispy gingerbread cookies. Okay, so the first ones are a little bit raw in the middle. They're still delicious. I ate a whole one. But I left these in for 1 more minute, and I think they might be good. We might have to turn the temperature down if you have a gas oven. I made these in electric last time, so 325 was good for 10 to 12 minutes, but it could be different now. We'll see how these turn out. And then I'm gonna make some more crispy cookies, and we'll be back to try some. So many cookies. The ones that were the golden, not the swerve, are definitely a lot harder than the ones that have the swerve. They're a little bit soft in the middle, but you just gotta cook them a little bit longer, I think, and you'll be fine. But they get darker around the edges before they're fully cooked. So we're gonna try one of these guys, and then this is a soft baked one. Now, I'm not sure, mine spread a lot more at the bakery, so I'm wondering if it's the oven. I tried this one at 300, so we're gonna break into this one and see how it does inside, because these ones are a little bit raw inside, but they're still super good. They're super soft. That's the kind of cookie I like. We'll break these guys open, get the taste tested. Don't worry, we are gonna work on lighting and everything. Hopefully this sounds okay. That's the other thing I was worried about, is being echoey in here. And make sure your rack of your oven is in the middle. I feel like they baked a lot better at 350 for 13 minutes for the crispy ones on the middle rack. The bottoms didn't get as dark before the tops got dark. So you want to make sure you're on the middle rack in your oven. So these are the crispy ones. They are nice and crispy. But really good dunked in some milk or nut milk. I'm just not a huge crispy ginger cookie fan, but if this is what you're looking for sure. Super ginger flavor. This one was at 300 in my oven after it was frozen for like quite a while. So if you freeze the soft ones for a long time, you might have to turn down your oven a little bit to get them to cook all the way. I also reused a piece of parchment paper, so I think that's why it got a little bit darker on the bottom, but it's not bad. But these are like super soft baked. And of course, the furnace just fired up. You know, ones I like. But these soft baked ones are just super buttery and soft and delicious. So now, the carb count. Carb count on all these, 1 per for net carbs. There are a lot of sugar alcohols because, face it, cookies are butter and sugar. That's what they are. So eat sparingly, but you don't have to miss out on your Christmas cookies. That's the bottom line. You don't have to eat the sugar-filled ones. Total carbs with sugar alcohols is better than eating a full-on sugary cookie for Christmas. So now you have 9 Christmas cookie recipes. I hope you guys enjoy these recipes. Let me know in the comments below if you make any of them and how they turned out for you. Don't forget to check out my Amazon links and the blog links to the full recipe in the description box below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I'll be back with many more keto dessert recipes. Bye guys.